The weirdos at Fox News are not having a good time, especially Jesse Waters, Donald Trump's chief cheerleader over there. He's captain of the cheerleading squad for Donald Trump. And he is losing his mind now that some new polling has been released, even by Fox News. I was going to show you the clip, but let me read this headline from Fox News. Harris takes 3-point lead over Trump as she gains on key issues. Poll. Harris has clawed back ground on key issues where President Biden was losing. And apparently this has sent Jesse Waters into an apoplectic fit. He's losing his mind. The coiffed hair and makeup has taken its toll, apparently, because this man's man is not having a good time. Watch this clip from last night on The Five, where he is just relentlessly attacking the polls because now they're fake when Kamala Harris is doing decidedly better than she was, than Joe Biden was, than Donald Trump is. Now that Harris is looking good, they're fake. Before, they were reliable. We could talk about them. They were all the rage. And now, it's changed.
So this is just another hoax waltz. And the media is just going to protect and elect this guy. And they're juicing the polls. I just found out this country identifies R+2. And all the polls we've been seeing with Kamala doing so well, their samples, R+7, R+8, R+4. These are fake polls. Trump's going to kill her.
He's so aggrieved. Trump's going to kill her. What's happening with these polls? Look, I don't believe that polls are some kind of a metric, especially this early out. Let's look at polls in 2 months, in 2.5 months, in a couple of weeks before the election. National polls don't really give you any kind of a snapshot whatsoever. Not only they're not super accurate, they don't have any importance relative to how our elections work because of the Electoral College and because of the swing states that are calling into question who will win the election. I don't care what the polls in Montana or Idaho say. I don't care about that. I don't care what the polls say in California or New York or Massachusetts, in reliably red or blue states. I care about what the polls are in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, in Arizona, in Georgia. Those are the states, in North Carolina to some degree. Those are the states I'm worried about polling, and not now. Closer to the election. But here is a couple paragraphs from that Fox News article. Again, the headline, Harris takes 3-point lead over Trump as she gains on key issues. Vice President Kamala Harris has taken a 3-point lead over former President Donald Trump as she gains ground on key issues, according to a new poll. The poll, conducted by NPR, PBS, and Marist, found Harris leading Trump 51-48, but clarified that the difference is within the margin of error. Harris has narrowed Trump's lead on key issues like the economy. Trump still holds a significant 6-point lead when it comes to illegal immigration, according to the poll. Meanwhile, Harris leads on abortion issues by a massive 15 points. The Marist poll was conducted from August 1st through 4th and advertised a margin of error of 3.4%. Now, let's take a look at this particular aggregation of polling from the New York Times, and this shows why they are afraid. This shows the upward trajectory. It's not necessarily where we are, but where this poll shows likely to lead. This chart shows how the polling margin has changed over the course of the campaign, first for the Biden-Trump matchup, and now for Harris versus Trump. So you see here, at about June 27th, I was on vacation in Scotland, and Garrison Hayes was guest hosting for me. He covered the debate expertly. Awesome. You should go subscribe to his channel as an aside. But you see from the debate, Biden took a dip way, way down. And then, inexplicably, during after the assassination attempt of Donald Trump, where someone took a shot at him, didn't shoot him, Biden actually started doing better after the assassination attempt. Then Biden drops out, and you see Harris on an upward trajectory. Here is what Albert Sun from the New York Times had to say. It's on the screen as well. Biden's poor debate performance in June shook up a race that had been relatively stable in the polls. After the debate and the assassination attempt against Trump, the national polling average widened to Trump +3 before Biden announced he would leave the race. As Harris has consolidated support among Democrats, polls have shown her gaining ground. So it's not just about the gaining ground, though. This is why they're worried. This is why Jesse Waters is beside himself with aggrievement and sadness and panic, because this line is to the moon. This line is showing her aggressively gaining ground on Donald Trump, not having gained ground, but gaining ground. It's moving upward. And every day that they can't get their arms around this excitement and the mobility of the Harris-Walz campaign, they're losing it. Things are looking up. You should be happy about where things are looking. You should be happy that their only attacks are fake stories that they've contrived and manufactured about stolen valor from Command Sergeant Major Tim Walz, who spent 24 years in the military, unlike the 0 years of Donald Trump. It should be negative years for Donald Trump with his bone spur bullshit, his evading service, his running away, his cowardly retreat, and then J.D. Vance in his 4 years. Tim Walz served 2 decades longer in the military than J.D. Vance. That's not to take away from J.D. Vance's service. I didn't serve 20 years in the Marine Corps. But let's see what it is. Let's call it what it is here. Let's view reality through the lens of reality, shall we? Anyway, what do you think? I would love to know. You can call. Leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. We can also just mix it up in the comments. That'll help juice the algorithm like the polls are juiced, apparently. You can also email me, daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work, helping me make these videos, produce these videos, grow this channel. $2 a month. You can contribute by becoming a channel member. Click the join button below, see what's involved. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I love and appreciate you. I'm on social media. If you are, I'm at Dollemore. Be genuine. As always, take care of one another.